Meanwhile, with the Supreme Court declaring the constitutionality of the Philippines-U.S. Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, the defense boards of both countries are expected to meet soon to implement the accord. AFP spokesman Colonel Restituto Padilla said the AFP is waiting for the resumption of talks between the Filipino and American side to determine and identify possible bases which can be accessed by the U.S. military under EDCA. More details from this report.
The governments of the Philippines and United States of America will now finalize the implementing rules and regulations, or IRR, of the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. This is after the Supreme Court ruled the controversial policy constitutional. According to Armed Forces of the Philippines spokesperson Colonel Restituto Padilla, the drafting will depend after the ministerial meetings of Defense Secretary Volter Yasmin and Foreign Affairs Secretary Albert Del Rosario with their U.S. counterparts, U.S. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter and U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry.
Panig ng Department of National Defense at saka sa ating main planners and negotiators yung pag-i-issue ng IRR. Pero sa bahagi naman ng Armed Forces, yung mga isinasagawa nating consultation before na hindi natin matapos-tapos ay maaari nang ipagpatuloy at tapusin. At yung mga rekomendasyon na yon ay ipo-forward natin para sa approval ng NDB-SEB una at sa approval ng ating tinatawag na Council of Ministers na yan ay kinabibilangan ng ating Secretary of Defense at saka ng Foreign Affairs Secretary na sila rin ay nagbibigay ng kanilang imprimatur sa lahat ng ginagawa ng board.
The government assured that the treaty will only last a decade and the IRR will not favor U.S.
Yung sa lugar naman po ng political side ng mga provision na yon, nagbungkahi kami dyan at pinush natin na hindi magiging permanente ang paglalagay ng mga kagamitan at ng tauhan ng Estados Unidos dito. Many of the facilities or all of the facilities that will be covered as agreed locations later on should be within camps and military establishments or facilities under the control of the Armed Forces and the Department of National Defense.
Included in the military's agenda are the addition of military exercises between U.S. and Philippines and stationing of temporary military bases for humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. AFP is eyeing Camp Aguinaldo, Fort Magsaysay, and 6 other bases where the U.S. can build facilities and store equipment. But these areas are still subject for approval. Meanwhile, military historian Jose Custodio reiterated that the country will benefit from EDCA, especially on regional security issues, including the dispute over the West Philippine Sea.
Oo, tama naman yung decision ng Supreme Court kasi sila naman nakakaalam sa pag-interpret ng mga batas, no? Siyempre, yung militante naman, may karapatan naman sila mag-ingay kung gusto nila, no? Demokrasya naman tayo, no? Kahit iilan lang naman sila sa mundong ito, pero sige, pagbigyan din ng kanilang gustong mag-rally sila sa labas ng embassy or what, no? Kasi it's a democracy after all. So, dahil dun sa mga capabilities ng Amerikano, nagkaroon ng effective effort on HADR during time of Yolanda. So nakita nila kung ano yung mga lessons learned doon, which was sana kung meron prepositioning of forces, let's say for example may bagyong darating, ganun, no? Pwedeng mag-preposition para just in case na tamaan talaga, nandun na sila. So yan ang mga pros nun, aside from of course yung signal na sinesend sa China na ang US and ang Philippines ay meron active and robust military alliance.